We are officially 8 weeks out, I think, like ish. Hey Lox, heel. Come here, heel. From HYROX in Boston. And I want to take everyone along for the journey of training for this. If you've been following over on Instagram or here at all, you know that last year I was at my peak fitness about this time. And after my race in September, I really had to take a break. My body was shutting down. I was in a state of energy deficiency, and I haven't been doing much since. I've gained some weight, which is good for my hormones and for where I want to be at fertility wise, but really hard on my mental state. Being someone who's fit, it feels hard, or who enjoys being fit. So struggling with that a bit. For the next 3 weeks, I'm gonna be really focused on base training. So slow zone 2 runs and general strength. I'm doing my strong program, which is great pre-HYROX because it focuses on the lunge pattern and upper body strength, and will just be a good base strength. But we're literally running 12-minute miles, walking hills, also trying to be really mindful of cortisol as I am in a hormone healing journey. So today is Thursday. I ran Tuesday, strength train yesterday. I'll probably do an upper body session this afternoon, and just got back from a bunch of travel. So trying to squeeze it in before I leave again on Saturday for another trip. A lot of this training is going to be done while traveling. I'm about to spend 3 weeks in Italy, so it'll be pretty interesting. But join me and let's enjoy this run. We got 40 minutes, very low and slow, just getting that base rebuilt. Whew, beautiful. So endurance day, base training number 3 of the week. Swapped a 40-minute run for a long hike. So this will be great. Endurance, base training. Then we still have 2 strength workouts left of the week. I can either fit one in this afternoon, and then we'll probably get one in on Sunday. That'll be easy to do while I'm traveling. But enjoying a nice long day on the feet, hiking.
And cool rock.
And it's beautiful. Part of this training block that's really important for me is being mindful of not spiking cortisol. So not overtraining and really not doing any high intensity. Like this day will be about 3 hours, and we're on a hike that's about 4,000 vertical feet. So it is a longer effort, and my cortisol will likely have a reaction. So one of the things that I have to be really mindful of is making sure that I'm fueling properly by eating enough carbohydrates, getting some good sugars. So I've had an oatmeal bar, I've had an apple. I'm gonna keep kind of trying to eat really aiming for like 30 grams of carbs an hour. We're like an hour and a half in, so I've done pretty well. And it's hard sometimes to keep eating, but the goal is to really make the system feel safe. So we're going nice and slow. We're just hiking, kind of leisurely. The elevation gain has been strenuous, but good base training and trying to keep that cortisol in check so that I'm not affecting my hormones too much. Getting a good stimulus, but not doing anything that's going to really shock the system too badly. I also will mention that I'm like cycle day 8, so follicular phase. So energy is good, and I feel like I can handle this right now. So really tuning into the body, being mindful, staying fueled, and just enjoying the nature. We made it.
6.51 miles.
Total ascent 3,200.
32:30. 3 hour 50 minute.
Staying on program while traveling is hard. This is gonna be interesting. Kind of 8-week training block for HYROX. I'm gonna be in Italy for 3 weeks, coming off of this week in Maine. I was able to stick to the program pretty good. Not having gym is challenging, and I could have gone to a gym, but you know, optimizing time with family, some priorities there. So I've done a bunch of body weight workouts, really focusing on the lunge pattern, some push-ups, and then just stay on the running game. Did a 40-minute run Monday, out for 30 today. Really laying down those base miles. Sea level helps, feels pretty good. And a lot of swimming. So really just core base training. Did some like explosive lunges, but we're staying on the path, and I'll put the full training that I've done so far, these first 2 weeks of the program, here throughout the video. But just kind of showing the real life situation of what it's like to train and live your life. Else that I'm mentally struggling with right now is that I'm on a hormone healing journey at the same time. The recommendation is no more than 20 minutes of higher intensity work, including running. So kind of going outside of that, but trying to take into consideration not spiking the cortisol. So making sure I'm eating. I had protein this morning. I had protein oats this morning before my run. I'll eat again when I get home. And then making sure I'm getting good sleep, spending quiet time, grounding, gratitude, and being mindful in these runs that I'm really staying in zone 2. So it is lower pace. You know, I'm between 10 to 12-minute miles. Nothing insane. And just trying to be mindful that my hormones are pretty messed up. I've been using the Anito tracker. I can see estrogen, PDG, which is progesterone, LSH and FSH every day. My progesterone's staying high in the luteal phase, which means I'm not detoxing properly. Estrogen hasn't risen yet. I'm cycle day 13, so no sign of ovulation yet. So I'm really being mindful of that. And truthfully, mentally, it's a little hard. I've put on 8 to 10 pounds in the last 6 months. I'm feeling uncomfortable in my body. So it's hard to balance that, wanting to get back in shape, even though it's not my ideal spot for health, and train, feel good. It's a hard balance. It's really hard. I get it, ladies. It's hard. Back in Maine, not Maine, back at home after family trip, and it's Sunday, so it is the end of week 2 of HYROX training in what is like a 10-week training sprint, succession, whatever. I'm gonna jump out into the garage gym and do a strength session. Haven't lifted weights at all this week because we were traveling and then I didn't have anything available to me. So luckily I did do a couple of body weight workouts. Stayed on my training plan pretty great this week. I need to do this strength workout and then I'll be feeling pretty solid, but overall, every time I come back to elevation, I feel like absolute garbage. So I did have a headache this morning. I felt pretty dehydrated and just really tired. So I've been kind of taking it easy. Did a little dirt biking cross train, which felt good, but let's get in the gym, get a workout done. I just had a little pre-workout meal. Some leftover chicken lentil curry from last night. So some good carbohydrates, some good protein in there. Gonna go do like a 45-minute lift, week 5 of my strong program. And then last week will be the last week of base training before I jump into a very organized program, and we'll see how that goes because I will also be in Italy for 3 weeks. So pressure's on. It's gonna be a whirlwind, but we're gonna make it happen. So let's get in the gym. Some electrolytes first. Workouts for the week are done, and it's time to do a river cold plunge. I brought this because I want to know what the actual temperature is of the river. I've been wanting to do this for weeks. Overall, these last 2 weeks, it's felt good. It's really hard going from 4 to 6 month period of rest. I'm a lot weaker than I was last year. Put on some weight. It's discouraging. It's hard to get back into it. So if you're also struggling with that, just know that every day you actually show up is a step closer to being that future version of yourself that you're after. And I think it's hard too, as I watch my cycles and get a little bit more data from my cycles by using the Anito monitor. She's tweaking. That, you know, ovulation still isn't super strong for me. So it's just a little discouraging. I've been really focused on it for almost 4 months now, and it's hard, but we'll get there one day at a time. So let's dip. Yowzers, that's cold.